As gardeners, we're always on the lookout for simple, affordable, and sustainable ways to boost soil health and nourish our plants. Over the years on SoilSage Chronicles, I've tested countless natural fertilizers, but one of the most surprisingly effective solutions turned out to be something I was already pouring down the drain: rice water. Yes, the cloudy water left behind after rinsing rice isn't waste at all. It's liquid gold for your plants. In this article, I'll share how I make and use rice water as a natural fertilizer, why it works so well, and how you can start incorporating it into your gardening routine today. Whether you're a beginner just dipping your hands into the soil or a seasoned grower looking for new tricks, this method will give your plants a powerful organic boost without costing you an extra coin. Every time you rinse rice, you're washing away starches, minerals, and tiny amounts of proteins. This cloudy water contains trace nutrients like nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium, which are exactly what plants need to grow strong. On top of that, rice water feeds beneficial microbes in the soil, helping them break down organic matter into plant-available nutrients. Think of rice water as a natural energy drink for your garden. Gentle, nourishing, and completely free. Unlike synthetic fertilizers, it won't burn your plants or upset the delicate balance of your soil. It works slowly, improving soil structure and microbial life over time, which means healthier roots, greener leaves, and better harvests. So, I've tried different ways of making rice water over the years, and honestly, I've narrowed it down to two simple methods: the soak method and the boil method. Both work well, but I'll walk you through exactly how I do each so you can choose what suits you best. This is my go-to method because, well, it's the easiest. I take 1 cup of uncooked rice and rinse it lightly under running water to remove surface dust. Then I place the rice in a bowl, add about 2 cups of clean water and gently swish it around with my hand for a few minutes until the water turns cloudy. I strain the rice, which I then cook as usual, and keep the water aside. This rice water is ready to use right away, and it's perfect for houseplants, seedlings, or vegetables in raised beds. If I'm already cooking rice, I don't waste the water used in boiling. I cook my rice as usual, but just before the grains fully absorb all the water, I drain out some of the excess starchy liquid into a bowl. After it cools completely, I dilute it with an equal amount of fresh water to prevent it from being too concentrated. This version tends to have a stronger nutrient profile because more starches and minerals are released through boiling. Sometimes I like to ferment my rice water before applying it. This is where the magic of microbes really shines. Fermented rice water introduces beneficial bacteria and yeasts into the soil, similar to the effect of compost teas or Korean natural farming inputs. Here's how I do it. I pour freshly made rice water into a clean jar. Then I add a spoonful of brown sugar or molasses to feed the microbes. I cover the jar loosely and let it sit at room temperature for about 2 to 3 days. You'll know it's ready when it smells slightly sour, but not rotten. Once fermented, I dilute the liquid, 1 part rice water to 3 parts fresh water, before applying it to my plants. This version works wonders for leafy greens, herbs, and fruiting plants because it boosts microbial activity around the roots, making nutrients more available. The beauty of rice water is that it's versatile. I use it in different ways depending on what I'm growing and what stage the plants are in. Young seedlings are, pretty sensitive, so I use diluted rice water, about 1 part rice water to 3 parts clean water, once a week. This gives them a gentle push without overwhelming their fragile roots. I've noticed, honestly, stronger stems and quicker leaf development when I start seedlings this way. In my raised beds and garden rows, I pour rice water directly onto the soil around the base of plants every 7 to 10 days. Tomatoes, peppers, kale, and beans absolutely thrive on this routine. The steady boost really helps maintain lush growth, especially during those demanding flowering and fruiting stages. Rice water isn't just for outdoor gardens. I use it for my indoor plants too. Once every 2 weeks I water my pothos, peace lilies and spider plants with diluted rice water. The leaves get shinier and growth seems more vigorous compared to when I just use tap water. This one's a bit of a secret weapon. By straining rice water well and pouring it into a spray bottle, I mist the diluted solution onto the leaves of plants early in the morning. The nutrients are absorbed directly through the leaves, giving them an instant boost. Just make sure not to spray too late in the day to avoid fungal issues. Like all good things, rice water works best when used correctly. Here are a few lessons I've learned through trial and error. Don't overdo it. Too much rice water can make the soil overly moist or sticky, leading to root rot. Stick to once a week for most plants. Avoid using salted water. If your rice water comes from cooking rice with salt, don't use it on plants. Salt damages soil and roots. Ferment with care. If your fermented rice water smells putrid, toss it out. Healthy fermentation should smell pleasantly sour, not rotten. By keeping these things in mind, you'll avoid common pitfalls and get the most out of this natural fertilizer. Over time, I've noticed that plants regularly treated with rice water develop healthier root systems, greener leaves, and better yields. My leafy greens like spinach and lettuce grow more tender, and my fruiting crops like tomatoes produce more blossoms. Even my houseplants look livelier. More importantly, I've seen improvements in my soil. The soil in my raised beds feels looser, smells richer, and supports earthworms and beneficial insects better than before. That's the power of feeding not just the plants, but also the living ecosystem underground. As gardeners, we're not just growing food, we're also caring for the soil that feeds us. By reusing rice water, we reduce waste and avoid relying on chemical fertilizers that can damage soil life in the long run. This practice embodies what we strive for here on SoilSage Chronicles: simple, natural, and sustainable ways to garden smarter. Rice water may seem humble, but when used consistently, it builds soil fertility in a way that benefits both plants and people. It's one of those small, everyday habits that add up to healthier harvests and a healthier planet. Making natural fertilizer with rice water has become a staple in my gardening routine. It's free, effective, and beautifully simple. Every time I rinse rice in my kitchen, I feel a sense of connection to my garden, knowing that even the smallest resources can be cycled back into the soil. If you've never tried it before, I encourage you to start with just one batch. Use it on a few plants and observe the difference over the next couple of weeks. I promise, you'll be amazed at how much this humble kitchen byproduct can transform your garden. And if you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe to SoilSage Chronicles. Share this article with your fellow gardeners and leave a comment with your own experiences using rice water fertilizer. Together, we can grow healthier gardens naturally.